Sanchez. Everything else is virtually even. Who will make that step, that next step towards potentially wearing the UFC belt? When we return, they will meet the Heat, Karo, Parisyan, the Nightmare, Diego Sanchez. What a great night thus far here from Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa. The Red Rock hosting the Ultimate Fighting Championship for what we hope is the first of many times. It is now time for our main event of the evening. Diego Sanchez has never been defeated. Will tonight be that night? And will the defeat come at the hands of Karo, Parisyan? Only time will tell. The official introductions of this, our main event of the evening. Once again, from the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event of the evening. Brought to you by Punishment Athletics. And now, live from Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist who holds a perfect professional record of 17 wins with no losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 169.5 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, Diego Nightmare Sanchez. And now his opponent standing in the red corner. This man is a sambo and a judo fighter. He holds a professional record of 23 wins with 3 losses. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in at 170.5 pounds. Fighting out of North Hollywood, California, Karo, the Heat Parisyan. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is Big John McCarthy.
All right, gentlemen, I gave you instructions to address me. Do any questions for you, Diego? Any questions for you, Karo? Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. Touch gloves, let's go back to the corners. Let's go.
That's that stare we talked about before, Joe. We got ourselves some intensity here. Main event of the evening, Diego Sanchez against Karo, Parisyan. A potential title shot is on the line.
You ready? Let's get it on. Come on.
That was a very interesting stare down.
Diego, all about intensity since the day we met him. Don't forget, tonight's clock has been sponsored all night by The Protector, starring Tony Jaa in theaters everywhere September 8th.
Couple of good strikes by Diego.
Diego looking to take down Parisyan quickly, and it's Parisyan who is on his back.
Couple good strikes by Diego, a takedown. I see.
Wow.
Convincing.
Effortlessly passed.
Diego's got his back. That is a bad spot for Karo. Karo's grabbing a hold of one of Diego's feet. It's tough to tell from the angle we're at here.
That was absolutely effortless.
I think Karo is bleeding.
Diego loves to push the pace.
Diego has got a body triangle around Karo.
Karo, Parisyan is in a bad spot here early.
It looks like he's got a bad cut over one of his eyebrows.
Don't forget the Ultimate Fighter 4 Comeback premieres next. Patrick Cote, Pete Speck, Mikey Burnett, Shoney Carter, Dean Thomas, Matt Serra, and so many more. And it's been a good night for Ultimate Fighter veterans tonight. Koscheck and Lieben, and so far a good start for Diego Sanchez.
Karo's up on his feet now.
Nice job done by Karo, Parisyan. Now it's interesting, Diego Sanchez said, you know what? He's not going to take me down with any of that judo crap. You know what? That might not happen here. Except a second ago. Karo, Parisyan now takes Diego Sanchez down.
Good elbow by Karo from the top.
You know what? And I know you agree here, Joe. The thing that you love about both these fighters is they truly are relentless in their attack.
Oh, they both have great Diego is a nightmare and Karo's the Heat. I mean, those are excellent nicknames for these two guys. They both put extreme pressure on their opponents. And they match up very well, as we're seeing right now.
Diego Sanchez, since very early in the Ultimate Fighter right here on Spike, has often called himself an uncrowned champ, but Parisyan disagrees with that moniker.
Good strikes from the top by Karo and a good strike from the bottom by Diego.
You know, the blood's bothering Karo Parisyan a little bit because you saw him trying to wipe his eye real quickly.
Yeah, it was bothering him from the get-go. It looked like he was wincing. He might have been poked in the eye or something. It's tough to tell. It looks like his left eye is swelling.
Well, you know what? He was able to survive early, and now he is turning up the heat.
Diego switches into the back.
Diego was on the back of John Alessio for a long time.
Karo with a back fist.
But couldn't finish. Yeah, the cut is under the eye, the left eye of Karo Parisyan, and it's a good one. He's got quite a mouse underneath the left eye.
Karo slipped the punch, pushes Diego up against the fence.
Sanchez has been working his hands with tremendous boxer in Francisco Bajada.
That was effortless. That is years and years of judo right there. That was a beautiful throw.
So much for he won't take me down with any of that judo crap.
Karo is world class. He was ranked in the top 3 in the country as recently as 2 years ago in judo.
Let's see if he can get it again. Parisyan with the jab. Diego.
Again, on his head. Diego landed right on his head there.
Great action thus far here in round number 1. Matt Hughes and George St. Pierre have a fight scheduled a number of weeks away. And the winner of this fight may very well get the winner of that fight for the welterweight title. Not for certain, but that very well could happen.
For sure. Karo was in line for a title shot before, but he pulled a muscle. And that's when Joe Riggs stepped in.
That was back in November of 2005 when he was supposed to fight Hughes for the title. Had that knee and hamstring tear. Diego Sanchez is 17-0 in his mixed martial arts career. 4-0 in the Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Good left hand and a right hand by Karo.
Parisyan starting to tee off. Spectacular round number 1.
Good jab by Diego. Everything we were hoping for.
They are on their feet here at Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa. Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez.
Hey, your jabs can be all day. You can't lean it too far out. Just snap it once. Give me 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths, 5 deep breaths. In your nose and out your mouth. In your nose and out your mouth.
You listen to Tito Ortiz as we take a look at our Quiznos corner cam.
Hey, that jab, when you put the jab on it, you gotta snap it. Because you're pushing it too fucking fast. It's fun, baby. Yeah. You already got him in the first round with a couple good shots, bro.
Let's take a look at the replay. Here's a punch that cut Karo Parisyan early in the fight. Nice uppercut right there. Nice uppercut by Diego Sanchez. And Diego immediately goes to a takedown. Diego's family, very excited.
Well, they have been on Spike TV on many occasions. For this, it is the first opportunity for the Parisyan family.
Karo's family we showed it. Come on. I'm not looking at his son.
A native of Armenia, he now fights out in North Hollywood, California. And as you alluded to, Joe, he has been fighting since he was a very, very tender pup, if you will.
And Karo taking Tito Ortiz's advice, throwing out some stiff jabs. Tito was telling him in between rounds, snap that jab. Nice, right there. Bang. And nice head kick.
Well, it was Diego who said he might try to work in the stand-up game, and so far here in round 2, it's Parisyan getting the better of the stand-up game.
You gotta love how Karo saw that Tito Ortiz was giving him some good advice and immediately implemented that.
Coming up next, the premiere edition of The Ultimate Fighter 4. Couture and St. Pierre, the trainers. It comes your way every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Familiar faces and a second chance. That's followed by your 60-minute adrenaline rush TNA. Total non-stop action wrestling.
Diego took some
Well, Karo Parisyan was dropped by Matt Serra, but he persevered and he out-grappled him. He attacked Serra with submissions, and Serra's one of the best in the world on the ground. Serra actually part of the cast of The Ultimate Fighter 4. And Parisyan again here tonight was hurt early. He was stunned. Diego tried to finish it, and he continues to bring the heat and
Look at that sweep by Diego Sanchez, and he couldn't hold him a leg. But Karo's got the single and brings him right back down to the ground. I think Karo was really hurt by that uppercut. And what we saw in the first round was the effects of that. It took him a long time to get back into it, but he appears back into it now. And he's dominating Diego in this round so far.
Both were young prodigies in martial arts. Sanchez began his karate lessons at age 9. Parisyan started fighting men twice his age at age 14. He has more fights in his career than UFC Hall of Famer Randy the Natural Couture.
Good job by Diego getting back to his feet.
Couture and Ortiz in the corner of Karo Parisyan here. Our main event of the evening. Mike Gover, Joe Rogan. Hope you've enjoyed our night of live fights here from the Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa. Midway through the fight. Midway through the second of 3 scheduled rounds.
Immediately, Karo goes to go for that throw. Diego gets his back, takes him down, trying to grab a hold of a leg.
Diego did a nice job of ducking under. Parisyan trying to get right back up.
He's in Karo's guard now.
Now it's Sanchez trying to turn up the pace.
See, Karo is bleeding on the nose, and he's got that cut under his eye.
The only loss in the UFC for Parisyan was to a man who he may very well get a rematch with, and that's George St. Pierre. And that's no disrespect to Matt Hughes, but we could see a rematch of that fight, or we could see the fight, if Parisyan wins, that was supposed to happen a few years ago. Or, of course, Diego could get exactly what he feels he has deserved since day one, and that's a shot at the welterweight title.
Karo's taking some deep breaths here in the bottom.
1 minute, 20 seconds remains in round number 2. Sanchez throws down with authority.
Karo's got the double underhooks from the bottom. You're going to look and try to see him sweep here, or at least stand up. He likes to also throw with that Kimura. He likes to get a Kimura, drop down.
Last 2 attempts at a judo throw have been unsuccessful. But both men are sweating now, and it gets a little bit more slippery inside the octagon.
Good jab by Karo. Karo has got a mouse under both eyes now. His right eye is swelling as well. Nice. Changed levels, immediately shot in. Good job by Diego of rolling. And now he's stuck underneath Karo.
Parisyan trying to take advantage of this position. Diego's trying to either get up or get back to guard, and it looks like he's going to get a nice job.
He is so slippery. I like how he immediately transitions to the back.
He'll do one better, Joe. Heck with guard, he tries to take the back of Karo Parisyan.
Well, to people who don't know the ground game, that is an excellent display right there. Very strategic. You watch those guys exchange moves. There you see Karo Parisyan's father watching on, very concerned. Gotta be hard to watch your kid in the cage. Tito gave Karo some really great advice in the first round.
Okay, listen up. Hey, that jab is working awesome when you get in that position. You're doing an awesome job with that jab. You just have to snap a little more, dude. That's all it is. You snap a little more. And when I'm in position, you need to fight. Don't give it up, bro. We got one more round. We got one more round for 5 minutes, Karo.
You end this Tito Ortiz or nothing.
Now we'll need him. He don't have an in swell. Go back.
Take him down. You win the fight. You're doing it.
He's not expecting takedowns right now.
Once you get close, get right on. Take him down.
All right, baby. All the energy, man. Got it.
This is for all the marbles right here.
Joe, Karo Parisyan looks to be the more beaten down fighter. Diego Sanchez looks pretty clean right now. the face of Sanchez as he eyes his opponent. 5 minutes remains. Very close fight through 10 minutes.
You ready? Get it on! Come on, guys, finish it.
Sanchez, undefeated, has never lost in the UFC or anywhere else in his mixed martial arts career. Diego Sanchez, the Ultimate Fighter 1 middleweight champion. We are set for the premiere of the Ultimate Fighter 4. Immediately following our live fight card here tonight, immediately following this, our main event of the evening.
Good knee by Karo. He's again taking Tito Ortiz's advice, throwing out that right jab.
Sizing each other up here early in the third. Trying to come over the top with the right.
You heard Diego Sanchez's corner saying, go for the takedown. Take him down and you win the fight. But Diego's throwing some punches inside. Nice uppercut by Sanchez.
Oh, caught him right on the button there. Sanchez connected with a big right uppercut.
So far, Sanchez getting the better of the stand-up in this round. Karo's got a hold of him. He's up.
And now he's down. Karo Parisyan with the takedown of Diego Sanchez.
Diego took some deep breaths.
Undefeated Ultimate Fighter competitors remaining Diego, Mike Swick, and Kenny Florian. 3:24 remains. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, live at the Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa. This is the main event of UFC Fight Night Live right here on Spike TV. After this fight between Diego Sanchez and Karo Parisyan, it is the premiere edition of the Ultimate Fighter 4 comeback. 3 minutes remains.
Diego's getting back to his feet. He's so explosive. He liked that switch. He immediately transitions. Now he's got Karo's back. Karo's got a hold of one arm. He's going to try to roll him out of this. Diego's got to flatten out. Diego's got the choke.
Can Diego finish Karo Parisyan here?
He's on his side. He's no longer on his back. Now he's mounted. Karo's in deep trouble here. Karo's got to do something or Diego's going to pull out this decision right here.
2.5 minutes remains. Parisyan is in trouble here in round 3. Sanchez is trying to finish it. John McCarthy watching closely.
Wow.
Sanchez relentless.
Karo's got a hold of Diego's foot. He's going to try to reverse him here. Diego throws that hook in.
Does Karo have enough left to get out of this bad position back to the feet and try to win a decision?
I don't necessarily think he wants to be on his feet. I think he wants to be on top on the ground.
Well, he'll take his feet here. Now let's see what he does with it.
Karo looks exhausted.
Parisyan gets back to his feet. Don't forget the Ultimate Fighter 4 Premier Edition coming up next week. Right here on Spike.
Diego looks to be the much fresher opponent here.
All right, now he's back on his feet, Joe. Does he look for another takedown here, Karo Parisyan?
I mean, I don't know what he can do. He looks very, very tired right here. Diego's, oh, nice punch by Karo. Diego looks much fresher though. Good inside.
Great uppercuts.
Dirty boxing by Diego. Good body shot. Diego relentless. Pouring it on here. He's got a body lock. Double underhooks. Throws a knee. Karo's going to look to sink in that wizard. Toss him, and there he goes. But he lands on his back.
Sanchez in the away, Diaz, Alessio, and now perhaps Karo Parisyan will be amongst the list of victims that have lost in mixed martial arts to Diego Sanchez. Sanchez is going to be victorious.
Wow. Incredible performance by Diego Sanchez. Really pulled it out in the end. That is the sign of a champion right there.
Back with the official decision when we continue from Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa here on UFC Fight Night Live. What a fight. Our main event of the evening, Karo Parisyan and Diego Sanchez. Take a look at our amped mobile replay. As Dana White once said, you want to be an ultimate fighter? Bam! The knee, and look at the tooth. Diego Sanchez with the knee knocks Karo Parisyan's tooth out. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for these UFC welterweight warriors. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Nelson Hamilton scores about 29-28. Marcos Rosales, 29-28. And Glenn Trowbridge, 30-26. For the winner, by unanimous decision, Diego
Sanchez is victorious. Here's Joe.
All right, I am here with the winner, Diego Sanchez. Diego, fantastic fight. It looked like a close fight to the last round. Your conditioning really pulled it out.
Hey, you ain't gonna call me a wacky character anymore, are you?
Yeah, you are wacky, but you are also championship material, my friend.
Thank you. Man, Karo was a very tough guy, man. I'm just glad I got to fight such a tough guy. He has so much heart. It was such an honor. I just give all the glory to God, Jesus Christ, who gave me the strength. Well, it was just an awesome fight, man. The best one of my career yet. Thank you, Jesus.
Do you believe that this victory solidifies your position? Do you believe you should be in line for a shot at the title next?
You know, I believe I'm the best in the world. You know, sometimes things, I still haven't got to go out and perform at my best, but I do think when the time is right, when the Fertitas and Dana White think it's right, that's when it's right for me. I'm still ready to fight whoever. Anytime.
Well, very impressive performance tonight. Really fantastic. We look forward to seeing you again, possibly for a shot at the title. Diego Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen.
The Ultimate Fighter 1 champion, Diego Sanchez, is now 18-0. Don't go anywhere. Coming up now on Spike, it's the premiere edition of The Ultimate Fighter 4.